The best event of the year is back in the Elder Scrolls Online, bringing with it familiar activities and brand new rewards. Hey everyone, it's Spopes. Anniversary Jubilee is my favorite yearly event in the Elder Scrolls Online. It features the widest range of activities, along with the best rewards. And this year, there's even more to look forward to with a brand new outfit style and a new exclusive style page. In this video, I'm going to explain what to do to get rewards during Anniversary Jubilee. I'll cover the types of rewards you can get, and I'll even provide my advice on the end as to the best way to farm Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes. Before we dive in, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like and hype the video. Remember, you can join the Spopes Army to support me directly. That's my membership program. Also, do check out the merch below the video with a full catalog on my Fourth Wall page. And keep in mind, you can donate on Fourth Wall and also right here on YouTube in the form of super thanks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's dive into this full guide to Anniversary Jubilee 2026 in the Elder Scrolls Online. I look forward to Anniversary Jubilee every year because it's the most rewarding event. It seems to bring the most players into the game, and the rewards you get are of a higher caliber than you can get from any other event. This year, Anniversary Jubilee begins on April 2nd. That's the same day that Jester's Festival ends, and it's also the day that the Tamriel Tomes Battle Pass system launches. When Tamriel Tomes launches, there's going to be a lot of brand new rewards to grind out, and that combined with the fact that Anniversary Jubilee is going to be ongoing means this is probably the best time to be in the game so far this year in ESO. Back in the day, you had to actually use the cake that you get through the event starter quest to get the extra XP. Now that's passive and you don't have to do the starter quest to access the rewards in the event. You'll just get the 100% XP buff all the way from April 2nd until the event ends on April 15th. If you do want to do the quest and get your cake, you can pick up the quest in the Crown Store under the events section. It's free. Or you can go talk to Apprentice Moog, who's in the docks of Vocal Guard, Davin's Watch, or Daggerfall. The new trade bars system will be active during this event, and you do need to get the cake and interact with it to get your trade bars. Each day, when you use the cake memento, you'll get 300 trade bars. You can use these in the Gold Coast Bazaar, or at the Impresario or Indrik vendor, or the Impresario's assistant to get rewards from them. With 300 trade bars earnable per day, that's 4,200 trade bars overall throughout the event. And there are going to be a bunch of returning rewards, along with brand new rewards just out this year, including the Dapper Daredevil outfit style and a new Replica style page, this time Nokvraz's Greatsword. The reward boxes you get for participating in eligible events are called Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes, and every day the first gift box you get will be a glorious Anniversary Jubilee gift box, which has even better rewards. Starting with Jester's Festival, these event boxes are now the primary way that you get morphing collectibles. The second fragment of the Thorn's Bite Wintersteed morphing collectible will be out during this event, and you'll get it from these Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes. This is the new Dapper Daredevil style. I'm not really a big fan personally, but I think it's a good one to add to the collection. The shoulders are definitely pretty good, while the hats, I don't really get what's going on with the hats, but maybe somebody will like it. We'll get to all the rewards you can get from Anniversary Jubilee in a moment, but first we're going to cover all the activities you can do to get those reward boxes. And this to me is the best thing about Anniversary Jubilee, just the sheer number of different activities you can do to get rewards. It's basically everything you already do in the game, but with double XP and getting reward boxes at every other turn. I do want to mention though, and this is not mentioned anywhere in any of the literature they provide for the events, but there is a 5-minute cooldown on these boxes. Some say it's 3 minutes, but I've usually found it be about 5 minutes. So that means you can't just go from activity to activity any faster than 5 minutes and still get extra boxes. I'll mention some more about this when we get to the best grind for Anniversary Jubilee. But here are all the different ways you can get Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes. So first of all, you get them from daily quests, and these do not have a cooldown. So when you turn in your daily crafting writs, for instance, all at once, you will get a box for each of those. Daily crafting writs are probably the most profitable way to get these boxes. If you have multiple characters that are all doing writs, you will get a ton. Then you also do get them from any Delve, World Boss, or Incursion daily quests, any PvP dailies, dungeon or trial dailies, or heist and sacrament dailies. Now, on top of daily quests, you also get gift boxes from a wealth of different just plain activities in the game. For instance, if you kill and then loot a final dungeon boss, they will have a box. Trial bosses also have boxes. So do world bosses. arena bosses, and also Thoat Replicanum in the Infinite Archive. This is where things really get good, and there is a cooldown on these boxes, but it is still probably the best way to farm them aside from daily quests. You get an Anniversary Jubilee gift box anytime you complete an incursion event. So that includes Dark Anchors, Abyssal Geysers, Bastion Nimic, or anything like that. The Mirror things in Westweald, they all drop boxes. Plus, if you do PvP activities, you will also get an Anniversary Jubilee gift box alongside your rewards for the worthy. And you will sometimes get them from the reward mails that you get from Tales of Tribute. And apparently you will get more if you've done lots of Tales of Tribute games that day. I will never know because I don't do Tales of Tribute, but this is another way you can get them. But yeah, essentially you can get these through a ton of different sources. My favorite after I've done my daily crafting writs is just going around and doing incursion events. I tend to do dolmens and Auradon because they're a little bit less active. You have more of a chance of tagging the boss at the end and actually getting a box. They do come from the actual Dark Anchor boss, so you do have to get a hit in on them before they die to get this. That's why I don't do Alakir, but I will get more into this in my walkthrough of the best way to get boxes at the end of the video. Before we get to that though, let's check out the rewards you can get from getting these boxes. Your first box every day is going to be a Glorious Anniversary Jubilee gift box, and these can contain a ton of different stuff, including crafting materials. But what really makes it worthwhile to farm this event throughout the entire event is this particular line right here. A motif chapter, furnishing recipe, or style item. And yes, that does mean any motif chapter, any furnishing recipe, or any style item. Anything in the game can drop during this festival from these boxes. That's why people will stack up 400, 500, 600 of these boxes throughout the events. It is a great way to get rare or expensive style items, really rare motif chapters you can then sell in guild traders. They really want to showcase everything that's ever been in the game during this event, meaning you can get any style item throughout the history of the game during Anniversary Jubilee. And that goes for both the Glorious and the normal boxes, which we'll get to in a second. From the Glorious boxes, you can also get the new stuff with the event, including a tradable outfit style page of the Dapper Daredevil armor style. That's the new style that's coming out. You'll also be able to get the second fragment of the new Thorns Bite Withersteed mounts, the Gilded Stirrups. If you've already gotten that, you'll get a Dapper Daredevil outfit style page instead. You can also get fragments of the Jubilee Steed mounts. You need 25 fragments in total to get this mount. So if you didn't get quite all the fragments you needed last year, here is your second chance. Now, this is actually a pretty cool mount. I'll go ahead and showcase it. So it looks like this. There's confetti coming off of it in different colors. But the real highlight is that you're holding a piece of the Jubilee cake in your hand while you ride it. It's not my favorite mount in the game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely worth getting. If you never got any pieces before or you're just missing a few last year, now is your next chance. You can also get transmute crystals from the Glorious boxes, along with the Worm Cult motif style item Desecrated Grave Soil. From the normal boxes, you can also get crafting materials, and again, that means any crafting material, even rare ones from new motifs. It's all random, anything can drop. And yes, in every single Anniversary Jubilee gift box you get, there's a chance for a random motif chapter, furnishing recipe, or style item. That is not just the Glorious boxes, it's even the normal purple boxes, making this probably the best farm in the year in terms of events. You also have a chance to get transmute crystals, desecrated grave soil, and Anniversary Jubilee themed furnishings. There are these garlands, all sorts of different stuff. I ended up stacking up tons and tons of these last year. In the purple boxes, you can also get tradable style pages from previous Anniversary Jubilee styles, including Bone Mold, Earthbone Aliad, Worm Cult, or Worm Cult Hunter. So that's everything you can get from the gift boxes, but that's not all the rewards you can get in Anniversary Jubilee. There are also these replicas of weapons and armor that are actually from the storyline of the game. They can get through doing various different activities throughout the world of Tamriel. For instance, you can get the True Flame Sword style page by fishing. Your chances of getting the drop are higher if you have the Dominion Covenant or Pact Fisherman achievements, and even higher if you have the Master Angler achievements. The reward chests at the end of Dolmens, so not the boss this time, but the actual chest, can contain the style page for the Staff of Worms replica. Your chance of getting this is higher if you have the Dominion Covenant or Pact Anchor Shatter achievements, and they're even higher still if you have the Anchors Away achievements. If you do world bosses in Vardenfell, you have a chance to get the Suna Ra replica, or the Barbus helmet replica. Both the Defender of Morrowind and the Savior of Morrowind achievements give you a better chance of getting these. On top of that, the chests at the end of Abyssal Geysers in Somerset have a chance to give you the Ulvor staff replica, and your chances are higher if you have the Abyssal Devastator achievements or the Savior of Somerset achievement. Those were all available in previous years too, but brand new with this year, you can also get a style page for the Nokvraz's Great Sword replica from doing Oblivion portals in the Deadlands. Your chances are higher of getting this if you have the Deadlands Portal Devastator achievements or the Hero of Fargrave achievements. I really think it's cool that they've added another of these replica style pages to the events. I was actually just talking on Discord recently about how fondly I remember doing these Deadlands portals back when the Annihilarch's Chosen style came out. It'll be fun to have a reason to go back and do these again. And by the way, this is not the only way you can get these replica style pages. You can also get them from the Impresario's assistant for trade bars, which we'll get to in a moment. So speaking of what you can get from the Impresario, do keep in mind that you now use trade bars of the Impresario, and here's what you can get from this NPC. First of all, you can get any pieces of the new Dapper Daredevil armor outfit style that you've missed, and you can also buy pieces of previous year's armor styles, including the Lyris Titanborn, Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, Saberkeel, Bone Mold, Earthbone Aliad, and Worm Cult Hunter styles. You can also pick up replicas of the various different Jubilee cakes that have been available throughout the years, including the new one for 2026. But you must have actually been there and gotten the corresponding memento to buy these. If the whole cake is too expensive, you can also get slices. Plus, the Impresario will have all 3 pieces of the Roseblood Bat pets, which is a great pet that I definitely recommend you pick up. And starting with Jester's Festival, all 3 pieces of the Roseblood Wings Recall customized action have been out, and you'll also be able to pick those up from the Impresario. On top of that, the first fragment of the Thorns Bite Withersteed mount, which came out in Jester's Festival, will now be available at the Impresario now that Jester's Festival is over. That's the Blooming Saddle, and for the second piece, you do need to farm the gift boxes to get it. And then, as always, the Impresario will also have group repair kits and companion guild commendations. The Impresario's assistant actually has a bit less than he usually does, but notably, this is the place that you can now buy these replica style pages if you weren't able to farm them. When these style pages first came out, you could only farm them, but that drove people completely like neurotic cat peeing on the floor crazy. So they decided to make them available from the Impresario's assistant with last year's festival. I'm not honestly sure how I feel about that decision, but I am glad that people who were really upset about not being able to get these can now just buy them. And now that you can't just buy event tickets to get these and you have to farm your trade bars, I feel like it's more fair. But he'll also have the Aurora Firepot Spider pet fragments, Jubilee confetti packs, and style pages from previous festivals, including the Prophet, Imperial Champion, Jeffreen Paladin, and Worm Cult. And it's a new quarter, which means the Indrik vendor is switching up what she has to offer in Belkarth. You'll always be able to get the Nascent Indrik, but we've moved on to the Luminous Indrik and the Ice Breath Indrik. The Luminous Indrik just bores me. I am not interested in getting it. And the Ice Breath Indrik, I do have the pets, but I don't really want the matching mounts. All right, that does it for the rewards and also what you can get from the various trade bar vendors. So now let's check out the in-game tooltip, see if there's anything that was left out of the article, and then talk about the best way to farm Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes in the 2026 iteration of the event. For those who don't know, you can always find the in-game help entry for different events by going to help in the menu, going down to tutorials, and then scrolling down to events. And here's the Anniversary Jubilee entry, and it's not telling us anything new that was not in the article. This is a great place to go back to if you have any questions about the event as you're running it, and you don't want to go all the way to YouTube to pick up my guide again. So now to finish up the video, let's talk about my favorite way to farm this event, what I end up doing the most during Anniversary Jubilee every year. So even with the cooldown, my favorite way to get Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes after I've done my daily crafting writs is simply to do dolmens here in Auradon. Even if you miss one due to the cooldown or because you didn't get enough damage in, throughout this circuit of 3 dolmens, you can usually get at least 2 gift boxes. Of course, you can also go do dolmens in the Alakir Desert, but it's much more competitive. Your ability to tag the boss and get a box is greatly reduced. Something else people like to do is go on a circuit between world bosses. There's a good circuit somewhere here in Greenshade. I think it's around this area. I haven't been there yet on this character. And there's also a good one in Bankerai. The best way to do this is just to go to one of these zones and then post in zone chats looking for world boss group. Someone will invite you, you just follow them around, you go kill the world bosses. Because world bosses take a little bit longer to respawn than dolmens, You're more guaranteed to get gift boxes this way, and you're also much more likely to get enough damage on the boss to get a gift box. I should mention that it's not just tagging the boss at the end of dolmens that gets you the box. People have tried to figure this out, and they believe that it's like the top 10 or top 15 damage dealers who get a box. Everyone else misses out. So not only do you have to do damage, but you have to do a significant amount of damage to get a box from dolmens or from any other way of doing this. One of the other methods people like to do is there are a variety of different circuits you can take in Craglorn between the various incursion events in this zone that spawn mini world bosses that only take a few seconds to take down. So you go take one down, move on to the next one. The same issue does occur here with the cooldown. This is probably the most efficient way to get boxes. The only issue with it for me is it is just constant intensity. There is no break. There is no slowing down. You're just going the entire time. So get some caffeine in your system, get ready to go. Maybe this will be for you. It is probably the most efficient method overall, even with the cooldown, but it definitely starts burning me out after a while. So throughout Jubilee, I usually intersperse these methods, but I usually end up just going back to dolmens because that's the easiest and most familiar for me. It may be slightly slower than the other methods, but it's fast enough for me. It doesn't burn me out like the Craglorn circuit. And I get kind of bored with the world boss circuit, just going back and forth, back and forth. I don't know why I don't get bored with dolmens. I just don't. That just about covers it, everybody. In the comments, let me know if you have any of your own favorite gift box farming methods. Help new players out with your insight. Let me know what you're most excited for in this Anniversary Jubilee, the new rewards, the random style pages, whatever it is. And also, please do provide your feedback of my guide, how I broke down the information. Your feedback is essential as I grow as a content creator and produce better and better content. And before you go, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do like and hype the video, and consider supporting me by becoming a member of the Spopes Army, picking up some merch, or leaving a donation. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We're going to finish up, as always, with a prayer to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord, thank you for all the events every year in ESO. Thank you for keeping the game vibrant, bringing players back. Thank you especially for Anniversary Jubilee, with all of its amazing rewards that are so easy to get. Lord, please give everyone great experiences in Anniversary Jubilee this year, including me. May their drops be amazing, bring glory to you. May their enjoyment of the game reach its peak. And Lord, also thank you for the fact that the launch of Tamriel Tomes is coinciding with this event. This should be a really fun time in ESO this year. Please bless everyone in my community with great experiences during this time in the game. Please bless their lives overall with providence and bounty. And please help those who are struggling to follow in the footsteps of Jesus. Please convict their hearts with love of Christ. And please guide recently departed souls to your side. I give you all glory for my channel, Lord. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. All right, that's going to do it for the video, everyone. Again, please do comment with your thoughts, tips, opinions, etc. And before you go, please do like and hype the video. Share it with your friends. Share it on Discord and Reddit. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And when you do subscribe, turn on notifications, because I'll be back soon with new content.